You there? 1, 2.
Do a toss and I'll come in.
You're on there.
Good afternoon, Rod Lang with the broadcast of the 1981 Hockey Grand Final between Tudors and Workmen. You just seen the toss there? It looks like Workies have won the toss. Jet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Which half are you in? So the 1981 Grand Final between Tudors and Workmen's will defend the bottom gold on their far side. For Workmen's, Gary O'Shea will be in golds, fullbacks Peter Jones and Jeff Budden, with halves Denby Budden and Ian McNeilage and Ian Hobson. Also on the wing in the forwards is Cole Fraser, Scott Leckie, Mark Ambrose at centre forward, Terry Burke, and Ivan Connors is on the wing, on the right wing. Reserves for Workmen's are Dave Mann, Graham King and Brett Nowen. While for Tudors, Mark O'Shea will be in golds, fullbacks Jim O'Shea and Tony Barton, Robert Hamilton in halves with Steve Fawn centre half, Ron Flower, Robert Halfway in the forwards with Doug Truman, Barry Pritchard, David Halfway and Richard Willis. Reserves for Tudors, Peter Truman, Robbie Groff, Dave Heffernan and Malcolm Turner. The game set to start in approximately 5 minutes from now. Early results today in second grade, Tudors ran our winners here 1-0 over RSL, while in fourth grade on ground number 2, Town Talk 2 defeated Cavaliers 1. The game played in extra time. The Talk is getting up over the useful Cavalier side. While the goal scorer in second grade was Ken Truman. Going back to A grade, the major semi result, Tudors here defeated Workmen's 3-1 in the major semi, while the last occasion where Workies and Tudors met was around just before the semis, where Workies caused a boil over by winning 1-0.
You're on.
Righto, players lining up at the start of the grand final. Outside, Tudors are on the far side in the maroon and gold colours, while Workmen's are in the white and yellow colours. Barry Pritchard, captain, running Tudors on, while Jeff Barton, captain of the Workmen's side, running the Workmen's side on. Should be a bottle of a grand final. Actually, I favoured the Tudors side. They've had it all before them. They only had one loss in 2 years, and that was to Workmen's. As I mentioned before, went down to Workmen's in the round just before the semis, went down 1-0. Tudors have top goal scorers in Steve Fawn, who's actually run ahead on the goal scoring list. Tudors had the pass, the pass back of this game. Barry Pritchard, the pass the ball back. Should mention the ball will go back to Steve Fawns. The earlier game, second grade, Tudors 2. Tudors team number 2 defeated RSL 1-0. While on extra time in fourth grade, Town Talk defeated Cavaliers. There's a start to Steve Fawns. A long head out looking for David Halfway. And a hit to Steve Fawns. Penalty going to Steve Fawns with Jim O'Shea to take it. There's a scoop ball high in the air, looking out for Richard Willis. Denby Button, Richard Willis moves around and obstructed there, and Denby gets a penalty. Peter Jones to take the hit, looking for Mark Ambrose to come down the line, but Jim O'Shea cuts him out. Let's push in here. I'd say they'd be looking for Mark Ambrose everywhere here. Demi Button takes a push out to Ian McNeilage, finding play, and he gets a penalty taken by Demi Button. But off the foot there, and Tudors regain possession of the ball. Jim O'Shea to take the ball, looking for Halfway, finds Halfway. He's got Pritchard on the inside of him, looking for Pritchard. Can't get it to Pritchard, but he gets a penalty. Doug Truman ends off the ball to take the penalty here. Ball to be played back to Steve Fawns. Looking for Robert Halfway, is coming through there, but missed there, and a 16 to be taken on the 16-yard line to Workmen's. Tudors on the attack. In the major semi-Tudors here, run out winners 3-1, which was a very tight game with Steve Fawns scoring 2 goals and Jim O'Shea 1. So as I said, Steve Fawns is in fine form. There's Robert Halfway on the run there, going down on the 16-yard line and gets a hit just outside the circle. At the Robert again, misses that, but again gets a penalty. Takes a hit, cross to the circle, the ball's gone straight for the circle, straight across there, looking for Robert Halfway on the outside of there, and Steve Fawns, both obstructed. Jeff Button here with the ball. Look out, he's found Tony Barton. Perhaps Tony Barton's best share. Looking for a top game here. Advantage play late on here with Doug Truman running through. Great play, Doug. She sets up. The ball's off to Doug, looking for Fawns. Sent straight for the circle here. The shot at goal, but just outside. Tudors have a penalty. Waiting for the ball to come back to Steve Fawns, who's to take this just right on the edge of the circle. Takes the ball right across there to find nobody. So Workmen's get off the hook here with the 16-yard hit. It's just Peter Jones to take this. Halfway stick, so there's a push or a hit on the side to Workmen's, who down in Tudors territory, just inside. So you look for Ian McNeilage, goes to Ian McNeilage, but he wasn't. I don't know what that rule was there, if he wasn't 5 or not. There's Jim to take it. Is looking for Barry Pritchard. Barry Pritchard misses the ball, goes to Ian McNeilage, sent straight down the Jim O'Shea, ends off the ball. There's a pass back to Steve Fawns, cut out by Scott Legger. Here's Mark Ambrose in the form here, coming out for a ball. Mark O'Shea, and a great save by Mark O'Shea. Came right out, collected Mark Ambrose. And a push in for Workies. Here's Workies on the attack, looking good. Back to Ian McNeilage at the ball. Bring it down, play. And a penalty to go to Ian McNeilage. Taken by Demi Button, Mark at the Jim O'Shea. And a short corner just inside the circle. Well, that was a bit of a top-tier decision there, but the referee's on the spot. A short corner to go to Workies there. First short corner. Jeff Button the hit. Ah! Long corner. Just saved by Jim O'Shea. Hair of his teeth. Take the ball, that's Cole Fraser to hit. Straight off Twobold's foot. Referee didn't see it, I don't think. Yes, he has. A short corner has gone to Workmen's. Just off Robert Hamilton's toe. Ivan Connors to take the hit out. To go to Jeff Button to take the hit in. Comes straight to Jeff Button. Takes the shot for goal. Finds Ambrose. O'Shea, a great save, but a short corner. Another short corner to the Workman's side. Ivan Connors hit the ball out to Terry Burke. A shot. Mark O'Shea again saves the ball, goes to Ambrose, the boy takes the shot at goal, it's gone in, it's a goal! Mark Ambrose, a brilliant goal, has found the gap, and he's in. The scorer, Mark Ambrose, the goal scoring machine. Workmen's take the early lead. A brilliant goal there. But Tudors are now defending and they're under pressure. Again, the ball goes to Doug Truman. Yes. Out the refines Robert Halfway. Back into Ivan Connors, has ended up with the ball there. Robert Halfway tries to get onto him, looking for Mark O'Shea coming in there. The ball regains back by Steve Thorns, ends up the ball. Back to Bob Hamilton. Looking for his teammates there, but a run around rule. And a penalty to go against Tudors there to Workmen's. Peter Jones to take the hit here. Barry Pritchard in the road. Well, he's not. Jeff Budden comes in. Workie's on the attack again. Hit just inside. Goes to Scott Leckie. Through David Halfway. Jim O'Shea coming out. Scott Leckie again. Gets a penalty there. Sticking obstruction by Jim O'Shea. There's Terry Burke on the run. Sends the ball straight through. Looking for Scott Leckie but can't find him. And a penalty to go against Workmen's. Jim O'Shea to take the penalty. Looking for the wing. Richard Willis, but far too deep. Peter Jones to take the push for Workies. Workmen's lead 1-0. Mark O'Shea in with the ball. This fella's going to be hard to stop. Ivan Connors come in. There's a clash of Ivan Connors and Mark Ambrose. But Tony Barden ends up with the ball, sends it down to Doug Truman, who gets a penalty for that to finds David Halfway. David Halfway on the run looking for Richard Willis. Finds him. Penalty to Richard Willis. Players calling Steve Fawns. Steve Fawns has got the ball. It hits his foot and a penalty to go against Steve Fawns. Denby Budden takes it, looking again for Mark Ambrose off his stick, but far too deep, but the ball is stopping. Just go out. I think Mark Ambrose could have caught that ball. Jim to take the 16-yard hit. Finds Steve Fawns. Misses it. Jim takes the ball right out. Looking for Robert Halfway, but doesn't find him. There's Warren Farrow coming in. Ivan Connors has come out with the ball. And has hit the ball out. And a push in for Tudors. Warren Farrow taking the push in. It's a long hit out looking for Doug Truman. Seeing Hobson, you just seen another push in for Tudors here. Looking for Steve Fawns, finds him, a long ball in search of Richard Willis. He's on the attack. Richard Willis has got two plays to beat the goalkeeper and Jeff Budden, but gets a short corner. Tudors on the attack. Barry Pritchard to take the hit out. To Steve Fawns to hit in, takes a shot in. Come off one of the Workies players, so that's a corner, long corner. Which is one of the new experimental rules, a long corner. Save time where everybody can come into the circle. Richard Willis, a long hit. It's come off one of the Workmen players, so that's a short corner. The combination of Barry Pritchard and Steve Fawns. Number one short corner hit in. Steve Fawns having a top year. He has the shot for gold, looking for gold, but saved there by O'Shea, and Ian McNeely ends up the ball. It's passed back into Peter Jones, and a penalty to Workmen's. Peter Jones takes a penalty. Long ball. Finds nobody, but down in the Tudor territory. Tudors under pressure. Ball goes to Tony Barton, a long hit, but in search of Robert Halfway, but misses. Workies haven't had many chances of scoring goals, but in those chances they've had, they've looked all right. Tudors regain the penalty here. Tony Barton to take the hit. A long hit in search of Robert Halfway. Bit of a clash there. Looks like it could have been off the worky stick, so it's a Tudor push in. Warren Flower to take the push in. Quite a fair-sized crowd here this afternoon. The push in to Doug Truman, the veteran of the team. Great player, great stick work. And regains a penalty deep in the Workmen's territory. Hits the ball across. Went to Jeff Button. It was a bad hit by Jeff Button. Hit one of the players in the back. Hit just outside with Doug Truman. Hits the ball towards the Golds. Couldn't find the Golds. So hit to the Workmen's side. I'd say if you're looking for Mark Ambrose again, sent the ball out to the wing where Ivan Connors is. Just gone out and Tudors to have the push in here. Long ball by Warren Flower. Oh, Steve Fawns. A bit high. And that's to go against Steve Fawns. Right on the 25-yard line. Off Doug Truman's stick down to David Halfway. Good play, David Halfway. Tudors are looking for those short passes. Steve Fawns, you see, running with the ball. Finds T. Bob Hamilton. He's got David Halfway, and out the wing he's got Richard Willis. Has trouble getting past Denby Button, but does so past Peter Jones. And it's hit out by Richard Willis. Peter Jones to take the hit for Workmen's. It's a long ball down to Mark Scott Leckie, that was. Robert Hamilton gets up the ball, takes the ball through Scott Leckie. And gets a hit there with obstruction ruled against Scott Leckie. Steve Fawns to take the hit. The ball's gone right past Barry, missed by Barry Pritchard and Robert Halfway. So we'll see 16-yard line hit here. Jeff Button to take the hit in search of Ivan Connors. Choose to take the hit here. Drop it halfway, can't control the ball. Does pick the ball up. Tries to beat one player. Ian Hobson. Doesn't. Penalty gone against Robert Halfway with Jeff Button to take the hit. Long hit out to the sideline. And missed by Ivan Connors. So Tudors to take the push in here. Looking for Steve Fawns to come running over. Yes, finds Steve Fawns. Back to Warren Flower. Picks the ball in search of Robert Halfway. Doesn't get there. Ivan Connors cuts him out. Sends the ball down the line. And touched down by one of the Tudor players. Ian Hobson. So that'll be against Ivan Connors with Tudors to take possession of the ball here. Tony Barden to take the hit. Robert Halfway moves down the line. I'd say he would have been looking for Barry Pritchard, but cut out by Terry Burke. A high ball sent in the air, but I think it'll be covered by Jim O'Shea. Yes, gets to the ball, sends it back down. Pushing by Tudors here. Steve Fawns come running up again, but finds Doug Truman. Barry Pritchard doesn't move yet. The ball sent straight across in search of Richard Willis, but doesn't get to it. And Workies to come back with a push in, which is a new rule now, experimental rule, where you can hit the ball. Because the halfway stick to Barry Pritchard on the run here. Sends it out wide to Robert Halfway, but a bad pass from Barry Pritchard. Robert Halfway had no chance of getting that. Oh. Scores 1-0. Workmen's leading. Scorer was Mark Ambrose. See Mark Ambrose in the play there. Sent nowhere, but held up by Jim O'Shea, looking for Richard Willis, but cut out by Denby Button, but comes off his foot. So Tudors to come off the ball. Seeing Jim O'Shea coming down to take the hit. In search of halfway. And a short corner. For the Tudors side. And is a chance to make the score 1-1. Tudors having most of the play here. Workies on their occasions of going for goals have looked good. It's the ball that David halfway to take a push in. Looking for goals. Barry Pritchard's come in. And a bit of a scramble down there. Another short corner for Tudors. The change of play with halfway taking the hit. But I should imagine it would go back to Steve Fawns. Trapped by Steve Fawns, trying to get the hit in, couldn't get it in. Come up again with David halfway, but can't get that ball in. So that would have been in search of Ivan Connors, but didn't get there. Warren fell enough to take the push into Tony Barton. Tony Barton picks the ball up, takes it across the field in search of Barry Pritchard, but cut out there by Ingham McNeilage to Mark Ambrose, but Jim O'Shea cuts him out. And there's the halfway with the ball. Gets a penalty, so they'll be looking for one of his players. Misunderstanding there. Jeff Barton thinking he had the penalty. Tudors to take their hit just on the circle. Straight for Golds, but no good. And Workman's get off the hook here with a 16-yard line hit. Jeff Barton to take this hit. Ambrose is well covered by Tony Barton out there, and the ball is sent to Scott Leckie, but misses the ball. Comes up to David halfway, goes to Steve Fawns, is fumbling it there. Looks for that high ball, but Steve, a bit too low and a bit too dangerous. So Workman's to have their penalty here. And the high ball was sent down in search of Mark Ambrose. Had classed that as dangerous, and Doug Trimman to take the hit in search of Barry Pritchard. Can't get that through, and cut out by Peter Jones. Sent down to Robert Hamilton, you're seeing here. Comes with the ball. Good play to nobody though. David Halfway gets the ball, but penalty goes against David Halfway with Jeff Budden to take the hit. Looking for Mark Ambrose again. Cut out by several Tudor players there. Steve Fawns ends up the ball, looking for David Halfway, finds him. Barry Pritchard. Barry Pritchard on the run. Out to Richard Willis. Trying to get in. Oh, a bit of a push in there by Denby Budden. Richard Willis to take the hit. Ball is sent straight across the goals. The goalkeeper, a great save there by Gary O'Shea. See Doug Trimman here with the ball and gets a hit just outside the circle. Tudors looking for that net. Barry Pritchard standing right on the goalkeeper's pads. Doug Trimman to take the ball, who's looking for just straight. But, off one of the Workmen's feet there. So Tudors to come up with a short corner, another chance of netting that goal. Tudors down 1-0. They only lost once in 2 years. That was to Workmen's, and Workmen's looking good so far. Let's say that would have been a break then. Tudors another chance at a short corner. Barry Pritchard pushes it out. Steve Fawns takes the hit, but goalkeeper saves it. And Robert Halfway coming in. It's a goal! It's a goal! A great goal, 1-1. Gee, I'm not sure who scored that goal. You had two players there, and Barry Pritchard or Robert Hamilton. But that's 1-1. What a game this is developing into. Straight through halfway obstruction there by McNeilage, and Jeff Button to take the hit. Sends the ball out to Ivan Connors, but cut out by Warren Flower. Has trouble getting past several players there, and Hobson's one on the run here, but Ian regains the ball as a penalty to McNeilage. McNeilage having trouble there. Getting past several. Try Doug Truman. It's the ball straight across. Side Barry Pritchard comes up the ball and on the run, sends the ball down to the Workmen's half. Tudors to get the penalty here. Steve Fawns to take the hit straight through in search of Barry Pritchard. Goes to Barry Pritchard. Great stick work there, looking for Richard Willis and David Halfway, both coming in, but don't end up with the ball. Pritchard and Fawns together. Fawns sends it straight through the middle and to nobody. Tudors workies again off the hook. Terry Burke, Scott Leckie. Trapped out there by Jim O'Shea to Warren Flower, but hit against Jim. It's Terry Burke. Again looking for Mark Ambrose, cut out by Tony Barton to Doug Truman. Not a great hit by Doug. Robert Halfway coming to tackle Ian McNeely there. Off Terry Burke to Mark Ambrose again, but well cut out by Jim O'Shea. They're marking Mark Ambrose very tight. That's what they should do. Let him go and it's danger. Ian McNeely to the ball here, looking for that penalty. Comes up for a push. Found there was Ivan Connors, but Tony Barton. Ball sent across, he's dangerous. Scott Leckie come across, but Tudors get let off the hook. And Jim O'Shea, they send the ball deep down into Workman's half. They try to take some of the pressure off the Tudors' backs. One all. This game is tight. Played in very hot conditions too. I think they're expecting 29 degrees, and I think they've got 29 degrees. There's Steve Fawns. A pass by David Halfway to Steve Fawns. He's on the run, looking for Barry Pritchard. Could find Barry, but the ball hit a little bit too hard. Workies to take the 16-yard hit. Jeff Budden looking for Scott Leckie, finds him. And it's come off David Halfway's foot. Then Budden moved into Terry Burke. Terry Burke beats one player, Doug Truman. Pass back to Ian Hobson. Can't beat Robert Halfway. This obstruction by Robert Halfway. There's Ian McNeely on the run. Sends the ball to Terry Burke. What a great combination. Looking for Mark Ambrose. Coming in as Ivan Connors, but Tony Barton, I think, has the ball under control. Cuts them out. And let's shoot us off the hook there. It's Halfway to come back for the ball. Sends the ball out to Richard Willis, but off his knee. And a hit to go against Richard Willis. Denby to Scott Leckie. Back to Denby Budden. Scott Leckie through there to Denby Budden on the run. Can't get past Jim O'Shea. Very tight in the defence. There's Ian McNeely's looking for Scott Leckie. Couldn't find him off his foot. Jim O'Shea take the head looking for Richard Willis. Too deep. Tudors to get Workmen's to get the hit in here. Down to Jim O'Shea, back to Steve Fawns. Because several players to David Halfway. And Tudors to regain the ball. There's T-Bob Hamilton with the ball. Beats three players and gets a penalty. Steve Fawns to take this hit. Looking for Barry Pritchard. Finds Barry Pritchard. Barry Pritchard's got the ball. What can he do here? He gets a penalty, which what counts. The ball descends straight across the field. In search, there's Doug Truman with the ball. Misses and gets a short corner. That was a stick check. I think that rule was against the Workmen's side. Barry Pritchard hit the ball out. Richard Willis to stop the ball. Steve Fawns hit it in. It's gone to Jim O'Shea. Jim O'Shea takes that long shot. Go back to Barry Pritchard. Barry Pritchard can't get through to Robert halfway. A scoop ball. It's too high in the circle. And again, Workmen's get let off the hook. They're playing tight defence here. Doing most of the defensive here. Workmen's. Jeff Budden. Looking for Ivan Connors, but Ivan Connors fails to get to that ball. And Tudors to take the push into Tony Barden. Tony Barden looking around for his players. He sends a ball to David Halfway, but David Halfway can't get control of that ball. Tudors to keep Workmen's down here in the corner. Scott Leckie beats one play. There's Ian McNeil. Good tackle there by Richard Willis, but a hit against Tudors. So I said a fair-sized crowd here this afternoon. They're very nice conditions. Peter Jones takes a hit. Goes to Doug, cut out by Doug Truman. Doug Truman on the run, tries to beat Terry Burke, but can't do so. Terry Burke the ball to Robert Halfway, and Robert Halfway to get the penalty for Tudors there. Jim O'Shea again looking. Well, there's a switch of play there. There's Richard Willis. It's come over to the left side. A hit in for Workmen's, Jeff Budden. There's Ian McNeil to the ball looking for Scott Leckie, finds Scott Leckie. Bit of trouble getting past Steve Fawns, but gets the penalty. Jeff Budden. Missed trap there by several players, but Steve Fawn regains the ball, looks for David Halfway, finds well controlled by David Halfway. David Halfway with the ball here, in search of Barry to Richard Willis, but cut out by Terry Burke. Terry Burke on the run. Jim O'Shea sends the ball back to Barry Pritchard, who's on the right wing. Then Barry to get the penalty. Barry looking for Robert Hamilton. Ball down to Halfway on the line. Scrimmaging going on there. Robert Hamilton with the ball. And they take this hit for Tudors. Sends the ball straight across the circle in search of Doug Truman. Off one of the Workmen's feet there. So penalty against Workmen's. Workmen's under pressure. Long sweep out to Richard Willis, but misses the ball. That could have been dangerous to Workmen's too. Penalty against Tudors. Workmen's with the ball. It's high in the air. And it's against Workmen's off the Workmen's stick. Has to be taken where it occurred. Long flower, the Doug Truman. Sends the ball across the goals, but nobody's there. Workmen's hit the ball deep down into Tudors' territory. Back inside the 25. Both goalkeepers here are playing great games too. They're brothers, Mark and Gary O'Shea. Mark for Tudors and Gary for Workmen's. There's Ian McNeil at the ball, trying to get past Doug Truman, but his class prevails, and looking for some support there as he hits the ball down deep into Workmen's territory. Richard Willis couldn't get to the ball. Peter Jones take the hit for Workmen's. Sends it to Terry Burke, but misses. Steve Fawns gets the ball. And a high ball sent it straight across to Barry Pritchard, but had no chance of stopping that one. Workmen's having trouble trying to find Mark Ambrose. Can't get the ball to him. Those long hits. Tudors relying on their short passes. Bad play there by Barry. There's in search of Mark Ambrose. But play held up here. Debbie Budden. Peter Jones to take the hit. So to Scott Leckie, misses the ball to Steve Thorns, well trapped. Sends the ball down off one of the Workmen's feet there. And in search of Richard Willis is on the ball. Look, even go Richard Willis, but can't get to that ball. Trying hard to put Workmen's under pressure. To Bob Hamilton at the ball, looking for Barry Pritchard. Finds Barry Pritchard. Coming across towards the goal. Barry Pritchard beats two players, sends the ball straight across towards the goals. Oh, gee! They had their chance. Had Willis and halfway there. Blimey. Nevertheless, good play by Barry Pritchard. Jeff Budden indicating Terry Burke to drop back. Terry Burke can't beat Robert halfway though, he's new to A grade. But Budden gets back to that ball. Sends the ball deep down into Ian McNeely. Ian McNeely's looking for somewhere, looking for somebody, can't find anybody. Gets the ball to Terry Burke who calls but fumbles the ball. And Doug Truman takes a hit to Richard Willis. Jeff Budden in search of Mark Ambrose again, cut out by Halfway and Steve Thorns. Scrimmaging going on with Workmen's getting the upper verdict here at the penalty. There's a high ball sent down, covered by Tony Barton. He's got Ivan Connors coming in, beats Ivan Connors, sends the ball down to Robert Halfway, who doesn't trap the ball. And Richard Willis ends off the ball. Cheers on the attack, looking good. Sends the ball straight across the goals, but cut out by Peter Jones and sent down into Tudors. Well down the Tudors territory. And that was off a Tudor stick too. So Workmen's to take the hit in, sideline hit in here. Ivan Connors take the push in, sends the ball straight across, but cut out by Warren Flower. Warren Flower beats one player, gets the penalty off Ian Hobson's foot there. Something said back to the referee there. A green card given to Ian Hobson. Tony Barton to take the hit. First the cards given today. There's Warren Flower on the run there, sends the ball down to Robert Halfway. Cut out there by Jeff Budden. Many Workie supporters down around me. Jeff Budden, a long hit in search of the winger, but did fail to find him. And came off one of the Tudor sticks, so Workies get the hit in again. Jeff Budden. Mark Ambrose moving around, calling for the ball. Ball sent deep down into... missed by Terry Burke. Cut out by Ian McNeely. Finds Scott Leckie but misses the ball. Robert Hamilton comes up the ball. Robert Hamilton on the run, looking for Barry Pritchard. Sends the ball deep down, but I think that could have been an offside ruling here. Tudors are looking good. Yeah, that was offside rule. Jeff Budden to take the hit in search of Mark Ambrose to Scott Leckie. Gets the ball, but cut out by Jim O'Shea. Jim O'Shea looking for David Halfway. He's had a pretty fair game. It fails to find a player. Again, they've got to watch their passes. Jim O'Shea take the penalty here. I think if Tudors settle down a bit and concentrate on those short passes, they'll be right. Something stupid there by Jim O'Shea. A high ball, but fails to find the ground. Tubal running around there with the ball. But gets the penalty. Jim O'Shea to take the penalty, which fails to find somebody. But off a Workman's stick, so Tudors to get the hit in down the far corner. Warren Flower. Looking for Fawns. Fawns got the ball, run out. Can't do anything, has taken the ball out of the side, and Workmen's get the hit. Workmen's playing with the sun in their eyes. Some good play by Doug Truman. Tudors ball. Finds Steve Fawns. He's got David halfway, and right on the outside, Barry Pritchard. Cut out by Bob Hamilton. They couldn't do so. So that's a half-time break with the scores locked together at 1-1.
Yeah, one who scored that bloody goal was...
They seem to be down back here.
Yeah? Still on there.
Yeah.
Still on there.
Colin! Go, Mac!
Gary? Gary?
Scores locked at 1-1. Goal scorers for Tudors, Barry Pritchard, and for Workmen's, Mark Ambrose. Tudors looking good, having most of the play there, have kept Workmen's in their own territory. And if Tudors are able to keep their short passing together, those short passes, quick short passes, I think they might be able to net another goal. But in those occasions where Workmen's have been on the attack, they have looked good, especially Mark Ambrose. Hasn't had many opportunities. This would be a pass back to Peter Jones. The penalty, the first penalty to go in the second half is to Workmen's. Peter Jones is on the halfway line, sends the ball deep down the territory, Tudors territory to nobody, and Tudors to take the 16-yard line hit. They've got two balls on the field there, but Jim hits one back. Tony Barton looking for somebody to Steve Fawns. A shocking hit by Tony, but Steve Fawns gets back to the ball. And eventually the ball goes out. And Workmen's to take the hit in. It's Budden. There's Ambrose calling for the ball, but no good. Tudors with the ball. It's halfway, misses. It's Hobson. Finds Terry Burke, but Terry Burke fails to trap the ball, gets back the ball to Scott Leckie, but that was a stick check. Tudors take the penalty out to Richard Willis. Richard Willis on the run. Demi Budden tries to cut him out with Peter Jones coming across, but Demi Budden obstructs, and Tudors to take the ball. Inside the 25, Robert Hamilton. Looking for plays, finds Willis. Runs around, Willis takes a hit, ball sent across. There's a ball sent there, but covered by O'Shea, the goalkeeper. And that's a long corner to Tudors. Willis take the ball, there's Truman calling for the ball. Sent across is danger. Barry Pritchard's the ball, and there's a short corner. Another stick check and another short corner to Tudors here. With Barry Pritchard, they take the short corner. And I think Jim O'Shea is to hit the ball in. To Jim O'Shea, can't control the ball. Sending out to Doug Truman. Doug Truman on the run here, sends the ball back in. Tries to develop into another short corner, but oh, it's gone again. It's against him. I can't see what that ruling was there. But it's gone against him, and Workmen's to take the penalty hit right on the top of their circle. Peter Jones. Sends it up looking for Scott Leckie. Finds Scott Leckie. Cut out by Tony Barton. There's Mark Ambrose on the run. He's hard to hold out, but Steve Fawns does so. But a penalty goes to Steve Fawns, against Steve Fawns. Terry Burke, aiming McNeilage. She's back to David halfway. Destruction. Looking for Barry Pritchard, but cut out there by Budden. Budden with still the ball to Burke. Burke looking for Hobson. Finds Hobson. He's got man on the inside of him. Hobson with the ball. The play held up. Something that happened here. The ball's gone to Budden. Finds Hobson. Hobson with the ball down the sideline. Doug Trimman comes across to hold him out, but come across on the wrong side. And a hit to go against Doug Trimman. Budden. Ball hit across the field, but Ambrose fails to get to that one. Must have been off a Tudors stick. Budden back to Ambrose. Ambrose with the ball. Back to Budden again. Combination going in. Workman's on the attack, but curled out by Jim O'Shea, and the ball sent deeply down. Barry Pritchard coming through. This fella's got speed. Barry Pritchard the board. He's got to beat this player. Budden, but Budden comes back, and a great tackle by Demi Budden. Pritchard back again. And good play by Barry Pritchard to get that ball out again. There's a high ball sent down. Jim O'Shea picks the ball up. And that was Glass's dangerous play. Robert Hamilton to take the hit in. Doug Trimman chiming in to finds Barry Pritchard, sent through. Doug Trimman coming out the ball, but O'Shea had it covered and sends it out of the sideline. Tudors on the attack. Workman's defending to halfway. Halfway end up the ball. Tries to beat one player. Can't do so. And the hit across. There's a bit of scrimmaging going on and a bit of mix up there. Robert Hamilton's gone back to get the ball. Does so. And a hit for Tudors. But straight through the gap. Doug Trimman failed to get to it. And has gone out. And this will see the 16-yard line hit. Jeff Budden take this. Jeff Budden. Long hit off Robert Halfway's stick and sent straight down the Tudors territory, and Tudors end up for 16. Tony Barton to take this. Looking for Robert Halfway, but Robert Halfway fails to get to the ball. As far as I know, Workmen's have made one replacement here by putting on David Mann, first reserve. There's Flower to cut out, finds Willis. Willis has got the ball, tries to beat Budden. But does so, beats Budden. He goes right across the outside. He's got one player to beat there, tries to get it through. Hands up the ball again, looking for Robert Halfway. Robert Halfway takes the ball, but again, Workmen's. Jeff Budden playing a top game. I notice Barry Pritchard trying to move out of play as he's very heavily marked. Looking for Halfway, the ball is sent straight through. A little bit too hard. Workmans can breathe again. Looking for Ivan Connors. Off his stick but fails to trap. Goes to Mark Ambrose. Mark Ambrose got some speed but can't get past Jim O'Shea. Jim lets the ball go out and Robert Hamilton to take the hit in. Looking for Richard Willis. Cut out there by Connors. Tudors again take the hit. Notice he's got O'Shea next to him. O'Shea sends a high ball up. Cut out by Peter Jones. I tell you what, Peter Jones has been in the play for some time too. The ball sent straight back in the Tudors territory with David Mann on the attack. Cut out by Warren Flower. Pressure was on Warren Flower. Held David Mann out. Workman's on the attack. Scott Leckie ends up the ball, tries to get the shot in. A penalty to go against him. Tony Barden. Tudors defending. We're a little off the hook to Jim O'Shea to take the hit. Long ball down. There's Barry Pritchard again to come up the ball. You've seen Barry Pritchard on the run. He's got Richard Willis coming in. What's Pritchard going to do? But fumbles. Oh, had their chance. Had Richard Willis on the inside of Pritchard. Workman's sends the ball straight through. No one touches the ball. All come off a Tudor stick. And Workman's take the hit in. A quick hit in to Tony Barton, Jim O'Shea, Mark Ambrose. And eventually a long corner is the ruling. Force and straight across. Straight across. Hamilton to take the hit. He's got halfway in the clear there, but looks for Willis. Off Button's stick, down to Jones. Jones sends the ball straight across in search of Mann. But touched by one of the Tudor players. Mann takes a hit straight across. The ball was too high. He was a ruling there, and the Tudors are off the hook with a hit in. Tony Barton to take the hit. Long hit, but cut out by Mann. Tries to beat Flower. Flower of Structures. There's Willis now. Willis the ball, but gets onto his foot. Workman's with the ball. Ingham McNeely. Ball sent through looking for Terry Burke. There's Mann there, but cut out by Warren Flower. Warren Flower playing a very tight game. The ball's gone out. Workman's hit in. Finds McNeely. McNeely. Scott Leckie beside him, but goes to Burke. Back to McNeely. McNeely tries to bustle through, but gets a penalty. Workman's on the attack. 1-1. The score's locked together. Barry Pritchard for Tudors, scorer. Carried out by Robert Hamilton. And Mark Ambrose, scorer for the Workmen side. Yes, see Workman's on the attack with McNeely to take the ball. He's got Button, but sends the ball through. But Tudors regain possession. Ball hit the man, but off his stick, off his foot I should say. Finds Fawns. There's Fawns. There's David Halfway on the run. Halfway gets tangled in the ball and can't do anything. Benilles takes a hit in search of Connors, who caught for the ball. There's Ambrose running around, but Bob Hamilton's got the ball. And it goes against Robert Hamilton. Just inside Tudors half. Demi Button to take the hit. Looking for Scott Leckie, who's come across, but hit the ball down to Mark Ambrose, who caught for the ball, but a bad hit by Demi Button. Refereeing has been quite good in this game. Local umpire Tony Ball. His Workman's here with the ball, finding Willis. Willis can't control the ball, but cut out beautifully by Button. Finds Ambrose, but Tony Barton comes in with a great tackle. This player is playing well. A high ball sent in the air by Tony Barton, which finds nobody. And a 16-yard hit is for Workman's. Peter Jones. Tudor sticks on the ground to cut out the ball, finds Scott Leckie a great tackle. Beats David Halfway. Halfway still after him. Halfway obstructs. Scott Leckie gets the penalty. Demi Button. The mix up there. As the ball was sent straight down, but Tudors lost their chance. Far too deep for Barry Pritchard. He has some speed. It was just too hard. Hit in for Workman's. Jones. Long hit. Gone through Halfway, who glides past his feet. Jones to take the hit for Workmen's. Looking for Ambrose, but Ambrose can't control the ball. Halfway comes up with the ball and gets a penalty for that. Jim O'Shea to take the penalty. Steve Thorns coming over into the play. It's been out of the play for a while. Steve Thorns takes the ball, finds Halfway. Great tackle by Halfway. Halfway with the ball, gets a penalty. Tudors on the attack. Hamilton to take the penalty. He's got Thorns, looks for Doug Truman. Doug Truman sends the ball up. There's a short corner. A short corner, good decision by the referee. The umpire, I should say. Workies under pressure. What will they do here? Will they use Jim O'Shea or Steve Thorns? I'd say Steve Thorns would be the man. Yes, the ball is sent out. Willis fails to trap the ball. Trimmon's come across. Doug Trimmon with the ball, finds Halfway. Halfway trying to get the shot in, takes the shot for goal. It's gone straight across. Two players went for the ball. Pritchard and Halfway. Yes, the chance was there. 1-1. The score's locked together. Workmen's breathe again. Connors calling for the ball. Straight past Denby Budden, who almost falls over himself to get out of the road. And Connors couldn't get back. So Tudors regained possession with a hit in. So Shea in search of Pritchard and Willis, centre high. Tried to get to Halfway, but Hobson with the ball. Tries to beat two players, but Thorns ends up the ball. There's Steve Thorns with the run. Yes, and Steve Thorns gets the penalty. Thorns, Pritchard calling for the ball, but Thorns missed out. Halfway's caught behind. The ball is sent straight through. There's chance here. Well left by the referee. By the goalkeeper. O'Shea. Budden. Finds Scott Leckie. He's been trapping well in this game. Tries to beat Halfway and does so. Robert Halfway. Truts the ball to Warren Flower, ends up the ball. He's got Doug Truman going over and regains a penalty hit. Steve Thorns calling for the ball, ends up the ball. Ball sent through, cut out by Budden. Little obstruction going on there. Truman with the ball here. It's imagined to be a short one to Thorns, but no. Wrong. Doug Truman trying to get through with his class. Short corner. Tudors with another chance of scoring. Workmen's under pressure. Tight game for Workmen's. Jeff Budden playing a top game. The captain of the Workmen's side. Again, there's a ball sent out for bad ball by Pritchard. And Tudors can't do anything with that. And well saved by the Workmen's players. That decision there is a bit topsy-turvy, but Tudors with the ball. Doug Truman gets the ball, tries to get it through. But it strikes. And the ball is sent down to Halfway, who can't control the ball. Out to Connors. Connors with the ball here. Sends it through, but cut out by Halfway again. Connors with the ball. Connors sends up the ball. He's looking for players, but cut out by Thorns. Let's check. There's a high ball by Terry Burke in search of Mark Ambrose, but cut out by Jim O'Shea. It's going down to Scott Leckie. Denby Budden with the ball, looking for Scott Leckie. Terry Burke it goes to. Terry Burke on the run. Workman's looking good, trying to get through to Mark Ambrose. They can't seem to get to him. Workie's on the attack. Scores locked together at 1-1. Could go into extra time. Terry Burke. McNelly's on the run, trying to get through. Decision. A penalty to the Workmen's just outside of the circle. Sent straight through. A short corner of the Workmen's. Workmen's on the attack. Tudors are now put under pressure. Well, I'll fail to see if both teams are playing better than each other. I feel at this stage it's pretty well even. Both teams having some chances of scoring, but have failed to capitalise on those chances. Takes the hit, but a bad short corner for Workmen's, and Tudors off the hook. There's a ball by Flower to Halfway, but Halfway can't get to the ball. Although a penalty does go to the Workmen's side for a stick check. Ball has to be taken back with the umpire with the... Is ball go out to O'Shea, sends a deep ball down, but the Tudor sticks fail to get to that. She's starting to cool off around here, but I should imagine the players will be feeling the heat out there. Looking for Jones. Jones looking for Connors, finds Connors. The ball sent down the line in search of Ambrose. Cut out by Jim O'Shea with Ambrose coming over, and Ambrose getting the penalty. These two players are clashing together. They're marking Ambrose type. Jim O'Shea. Tudors with the ball. In search of Barry Pritchard, but too hard. Well, Barry Pritchard has been all over the field in search of the ball. He's now on the wing. They tried to break the defence, the very tight defence of the Workmen's side. Jones. Pritchard steps back, looking for Connors, but coming out by Robert Hamilton. Trying to get through with Pritchard, and they get the penalty, Tudors. Pritchard being close to being offside. And the ball sent by Workmen straight in the Tudors territory. With no one getting the ball. So a 16 for the Tudors side in search of Steve Fawns. Steve Fawns in the action now, looking for Doug Truman, but touches one of the workies' feet there, and penalty to Tudors. And there's Flower looking for Robert Halfway, who just can't quite get to that ball. Workies to take the hit. What a grand final, these two top teams. What a clash. It sounded like one of the Tudor feet there, off the leg of Doug Truman. So he gives the umpire a little wave. Button takes a hit in search of Connors off his feet. Ball sent through, but cut out by Jones. Sent down, cut out by Barton. Barton with the ball, down to Fawns. Fawns has the ball, looking for help. There's Doug Truman on the run. Doug Truman tries to get the ball, cut out by Button. Button with the ball, sends it down to O'Shea. It's cut out by O'Shea. Penalty to the Workmen's. Button with the ball here. Looking good, but off his foot. Halfway got his stick to the ball, and Button kicked the ball as he came through. Tudors relieved of the pressure. A high ball by Steve Fawns. Fails to get anywhere. Button gets the ball and sends it deeply into Tudors' half with a 16 to be taken by Tudors. One all, O'Shea with the ball. Looking for Fawns to Doug Truman. Barry Pritchard chiming in. Trim with the ball. Tries, stumbles, gets to Pritchard. Pritchard on the run. Tudors in there looking good, but Pritchard misses again. He falls over the ball. The players are hammered. Here's Robert Halfway coming in. Demi Button's there. Demi Button there. Short corner. A short corner there. And that's against the goalkeeper. What's happening here? Yes, there is a player hurt. Pritchard, who fell, who stumbled on the ground, who got himself into one magnificent break. Barry Pritchard looking very sore. Another chance there. Good play by Robert Halfway. Barry Pritchard hit the ball out. Again, it'll go to Steve Fawns, I should imagine. Doug Truman backing up, but Workmen's had broke as the game restarts. There it goes. Willis, good trap, hit in by Steve Fawns. Robert Halfway takes the hit for goal, looking for the goal, but held out there by Jones. Good play by Jones, hits the ball out. Workmen's defending very well. Hamilton with the ball, sends the ball straight back into the Workmen's half. Back to Hamilton, Hamilton with the ball. Cut out by Ambrose. Ambrose runs the ball out. Hamilton after Ambrose, but cut out by Jim O'Shea. Back to Willis. Willis with the ball. Demi Button's there. Willis strikes. Demi Button with the ball. Takes a hit. Looking for Mann. Off his foot. There to Steve Fawns. Steve Fawns is several chances. Back to Robert Halfway. It's got Barry Pritchard on his outside. Cut out by Ian McNeil. And a hit against Tudors. Barton looking for man, finds man. He's got a play to beat. He beats him but sends it straight to Barton. McNeely's running down with the ball. There's Ambrose there. I feel like the rub it halfway. Back into Burke. This game is tight. Pritchard calling for the ball. It'd be a high ball. Pritchard running after the ball. Gets to the ball. He's got Willis on the inside. Sends the ball straight across. The ball sent high. They give him a short corner. Decision there. That was a fair enough decision too. With O'Shea sending the ball straight back up in the air. That was with the Workman's stick. Workman's under pressure. The ball sent out to Willis again with Fawns to chime in a header. Wasn't trapped properly. Blimey. Out to Lecky and Connors to get the ball in but fails to do so. Tight game. Both defensive wise are really good. There's a pretty high ball by Robert Hamilton, high and fast. But Debbie Barton to take the hit. Looking for McNeely, misses. Fawns gets the ball. Sends the ball back to McNeely. McNeely to the ball, looking for Ambrose again. There's Ambrose on the run. Tony Barton come across the field. Ambrose in the clear. The goalkeeper comes out. The ball sent high in the air. That was a short corner. Well, that was a chance there for Workman's. I tell you what, he's hard to stop when he's on the run. He beat one player, Barton. He's very quick. Workman's with their chance. The ball go across a bad short corner. Two bad short corners in a row. And that's Pritchard ends at the ball. Sends it down. A high one down in search of Robert halfway. And there's the old fella, Doug Tremon, coming across. Look at Doug. His class prevails. He gets past him. What a hit out. And that's a hit for the Tudors side. Doug Tremon found himself in one hell of a big gap. Ball's taken. Trim with the ball again. He's played a top game. There's Doug Tremon. The ball stand across. Trim with the ball. Beats two players, but off Terry Burke's foot and a short corner. A short corner. Well, he's done like that decision, but Tremon did look good with the ball, even though he had still two players to beat. Tudors on the attack. The ball sent to Jim O'Shea to take the hit. Long hit in, held out there. There's McNeely's halfway, come back in. Against halfway. Looking for Ivan Connors, finds him. But look at Robert Hamilton, comes in, bumps off him, tries to get the ball again, does so, brings the ball back in. He's got two players to beat. It beats one, tries to beat the second. He's got himself clear, but gets a short corner. Well done, well done. He did have some interference there. And again, a chance for Tudors. Richard Willis. Workman's breaking. Sent out Jim O'Shea. Workmen's were over the line there, so Tudors get another chance. Although that wasn't a good ball by Barry Pritchard. Didn't seem hard enough. Down to O'Shea again. O'Shea, great trap, looking for the goal. Cut out there by the goalkeeper, O'Shea. His older brother. And a long corner to go to Workman's. Tudors on the attack. Looking good. The ball sent high in the air. And a short corner off the Workman's stick. Workman's under pressure. Can Tudors break the barrier? Tudors on the attack. Short corner. Workman seemed to have broken it, but the referee missed it. He might have saw it. Tudors to get the hit again. He might have allowed advantage there. Quick one by Pritchard. Out to Willis, but Fawns takes the hit, but held there. Button and Terry Burke getting to the ball. Tudors now on the defensive side of things with Mann trying to get to that ball, but can't do so. Well cleared ball by Workman's. Tony Barton with the ball here. It's on a hard ball in search of. Got several players to beat. Beats them both. Has trouble getting past Terry Burke, but it's gone off Terry Burke's stick and Tudors will get the hit in. Flower takes the ball, inserts a Tremon, a great stick, a high ball in the air, inserts a Pritchard coming in, Pritchard off the ball. Barry Pritchard. Workman's defending. Search for Pritchard again. There's a ball halfway. He's got the chance. If he gets a shot at goal, he's got Pritchard. O'Shea on the run. Out with the ball. Great defensive work by the goalkeeper, Workman's goalkeeper, Gary O'Shea. Flower to take a short ball to Doug Trimmon, but Doug Trimmon's offside. The referee's on the spot. There's a sub coming on. Coming on for the Workman's side. David Mann going off. This player is Cole Fraser coming back on. Workman's ball. Finds Ivan Connors. Cut out there by several players. Tony Barden. Still hands off the ball. Got the ball. Gets a push in as it comes off Connors' stick. Flower. Short pass to Barden. Barden takes this hit. Great trap by Ian McNeely. He's looking for plays. He's got Ambrose running straight. The ball sent straight. Ambrose, but cut out by Tony Barden. Well done. David halfway. Goes straight through Burke and Truman. Down to Hobson and halfway with Tudors to get the hit here. Well, time's running out for Tudors. Time's running out for both teams there. Sent across off Lecky of halfway. Halfway's got Hamilton. Sends a great ball to Hamilton on the run. He's looking for plays. The ball sent straight across. Pritchard with the ball. Had his chance, but he was offside. Umpire right on the spot there. Barden sends the ball out, goes to halfway, down to Warren Flower. Playing a busting game, but the ball sent straight there to nobody with Willis running in. Didn't have much hope. We Barden to take the 16. No, he passes the ball to his brother, Jeff Barden. Cut out by David Halfway on his back stick, but Scott Lecky gets his stick in there. He misses the ball. Halfway regains the ball, gets it through, looking for Pritchard, can't find so, and cut out there by display there. The ball is sent straight out there to Willis. Willis with the ball, tries to beat Barden, trying to beat Barden. He's got two players coming in, Cole Fraser, but can't do so. The other player was Ian McNeely. Jones, the ball sends the ball down to Steve Thorns, well trapped. There's Barry Pritchard calling for the ball, but can't trap at the ball. That could have been a handful to Workman's too if Pritchard would have trapped that ball. Ball sent down, but it's covered by Jim O'Shea by the looks of things, out to Robert Hamilton. Regains the ball. Tries to beat Mark Ambrose, but can't do so. A hit against Robert Hamilton to McNeely, but Robert halfway coming in. McNeely does a circle turn. Find Terry Burke, a good play out to Hobson. Hobson out of this player on the wing. He beats one player but stumbles. Stumbles over. That was Connors. He was the coach for the Workmen's side, and this morning was quietly confident of upsetting the Tudors side. This grand final is one of the closest we've seen here for a long time. Tudors going for their 5th straight premiership. Doug Trimmon traps the ball, sends the ball out to Richard Willis, who's trying to get the ball. He has another chance of getting the ball. There's a player coming across. Jones comes across to get the ball and hits it out. Willis has put Jones under pressure. Workman's picking up the Tudor players. Willis, who will lead the ball to Doug Truman. He's played a top game, has been in a lot of the play. Sends a hard ball over to Willis, but McNeely traps the ball, sends it out. Warren Flower comes up the ball to send the ball back in. Cut out by Barden. Connors to Ambrose, but comes to O'Shea and back onto Ambrose's foot. Tudors take the penalty. Looking out wide, finds Robert Hamilton. Robert Hamilton with the ball. Tries to beat several plays. Does so. Hamilton with the shot at goal. It's a shot at goal, but fails to get there. And it's a long corner. He hit the top of the ball. Although he was on an angle, And the goalkeeper come across to cover that ball. It was good play to get there. Doug Trimman moving over, calling for the ball. Halfway, moving in the clear. Willis looking. Sums off Button's stick. Short corner. So I said the crowd is a pretty fair crowd here this afternoon in this heat. Pritchard take the short corner, looking for Willis. Finds Willis, traps the ball dead to O'Shea. O'Shea takes that shot. Oh dear, great save by the Button and Jones combination. Workmen's, their defence is going to be hard to crack. Tudors just can't get in there. Workmen's doing it very well. A hit in for Jones. Sends a great hit down to pass O'Shea, but Steve Fines gets the ball, sends it looking for Doug Trimman, gets the ball out to... Oh, no good. Sends the ball out to Willis, but Willis took that penalty. And it failed to find anybody. Button with the ball to take this 16-yard hit. To halfway ends of the ball back to... Gone out to Lecky. He trips, but it was great play to get the ball that far. He gets the penalty, and he's down injured. Things are hotting up on the sideline. Crowds come along expecting a tight, close game, and they've got it 1-1. Barry Pritchard 1 goal for Tudors, and Mark Ambrose 1 goal for Workmen's. Button with the ball. Looking for Connors on the wing, but was cut out by one of his own players, Burke. And Tudors will get the hit in here, down on the far corner. He's got Tony Bard and Flower to take this hit, with Robert Halfway coming back. Looking for Doug Trimman, who misses that hit. Workman's on the attack with Ambrose. Ambrose beats one player. Tries to get the ball in. Into Connors, but fails to do so, and Tudors are off the hook with a 16-yard hit. Down to Hobson, but it's off Hobson's foot. And a penalty goes to against Hobson. Doug Trimman at the ball, but O'Shea comes in and cuts him out. There's Pritchard on the run again. Can Pritchard do something here? Oh no, he misses. He had Button to beat it, but it's off Jones's feet. Well, that's better than nothing, I suppose. And a short corner is awarded to the Tudor side. The ball is sent straight back. Time's running out. Tudors with their chance of scoring. Workmen's under pressure. Short corner taken out to O'Shea. O'Shea traps the ball, takes a hit, a long hit in, but a long corner. Again, this defence is very hard to fault. Barry Pritchard to take the long corner as the players move in. Ball sent out, but trapped there by Hobson. A ball sent out, Doug Trim with the ball. Hobson comes back with the ball and regains the ball and also gets a penalty. Oh, what's that? That's full time. Full time with the scores locked together at 1-1. So that'll be extra time to be played there. And I don't think there's any time off. I think they just changed straight over. And we'll see 10 minutes each way. And if the scores are still locked together, there'll be another tiebreaker with the 5 minutes each way. This will be 10 minutes each way here. David Mann coming on. Ready to replace Scott Leckie. Is Scott Leckie going off? Yes, Scott Leckie is off. Scores locked together at 1-1. Extra time to be played. A long time since we've seen extra time played in the first grade grand finals. With Barry Pritchard to take the pass back to Steve Fawns, to be looking to send out the wing. Steve Fawns with the ball, sends a long hit out to Robert Hamilton, who fails to hit the ball. And here's Fraser with the run. Fraser on the run, looking for Ambrose, has come through, cut out by O'Shea. The ball's gone back, missed there by Connors, and O'Shea ends up the ball, sends the ball deeply down into Workman's territory. And a ball left there by Jeff Button, who will get the 16-yard line hit. As I said, 1 or an extra time. And a nice hit, but fails to find the Workmen's players there. O'Shea takes a long hit down. Cut out by Button. Button's looking for Fraser. Fraser with the ball. Ambrose calling for the ball. Connor's coming in, chiming in, but cut out by Tony Barton. Connor's coming in. There's Barton with the ball. Cut out there by Ambrose. And here's Burke. Burke coming through. Burke takes the shot, but he can't get the shot in, and it gets a short corner. Workman's on the attack. Extra time being played. 10 minutes each way. Tudors under pressure. This is Workman's big chance to get that goal and put Tudors under pressure. Barry Pritchard breaking. Workman's takes the push out the Burke with cut out by Barry Pritchard. Well cut out. Man with the ball. Hands the back into two Bobs. Steve Fines looking for Robert Hamilton. Finds Robert Hamilton. He's got Richard Wells calling for the ball, but cut out by Button and also off his foot, so Tudors get the penalty of a long hit by Tudors to put the ball down in Workman's territory. Can they keep the ball down there? We're playing extra time here in the 1981 Grand Final. The score's locked together at 1-1. Button takes a long hit, looking for Mann. Mann fails to get the ball. Tudors the ball. Barton tries to beat Ambrose. Can't beat any of those players there. There's Mann and Ambrose. Mann with the ball. Going well down the line. He's got several players, but he sends it straight on the line, and Ambrose has got no chance of catching that one. Tudors to take the hit. For players here, looking for Doug Trim to call off the ball and Robert Halfway. It fails to do so, and Work is regained possession here with a sideline hit. Right. Yes, we're back on air. We're back on air again with Tudors taking that short corner with the power being switched off from the clubhouse by somebody up in the clubhouse playing a joke. Well done. We missed on the action there with a short corner by Tudors, but nevertheless Tudors failed to capitalise on that short corner. Working for the ball. Looking for Hobson, finds Hobson, but O'Shea has the ball covered. Oh, bad decision. A high ball. Bad play there by O'Shea. Workman's to take the hit, get the penalty. Inside Tudors' half. It's Ian McNeely to the ball. He's got Terry Burke beside him. It's a quick one to Terry Burke. A high ball sent in the air, cut out by Robert Hamilton with the ball, but can't get on his stick. Halfway's come through with the ball, and there's Willis. Willis with the ball. Great stick work. Trying, still going. Gets the hit. Tudors on the attack in Workman's half. There's Doug Truman with the ball. Sends it great through, looking for that gold, but it is off Doug Truman's foot. It's a bit of pushing going on there by Button. Very hot-tempered. Missed by O'Shea and several players, but Ambrose was offside anyway. The ball will be sent back to O'Shea to take the hit for Tudors. We're playing an extra time, 10 minutes each way. I think the first half is quickly up. There's Connors with the ball, looking for Fraser, but Jim O'Shea cuts the ball, cuts him out, and Workman's game of possession with a hit. Debbie Button with the ball, looking for the wing, but can't beat David Halfway. David Halfway at the ball, sends the ball straight, looking for Wells, chiming in, misses the ball. He's got Robert Halfway coming on the outside, and Button, but Button's quickly on the spot and sends the ball deeply down on the Tudors half. And it's missed by David Mann, with Tudors regained possession with a hit in. Extra time. Flower to take the hit. Bad hit. Fails to get anywhere. The grand final. Both teams under pressure. Steve Fawns has cut out. He's got Halfway there, but Steve Fawns has got the ball. Looking for Halfway. Finds Halfway. overlap here. He's got one on the outside. Pritchard halfway to the board. Tries to beat Jones, but can't beat Jones. And jumps the ball away, but cut out. Well cut out. Moshe with the ball, sends it out to Truman. I think Tudors went down to Workmen's in third grade in the next field. By the looks of things, West End Robert halfway with the ball, but cut out there by Hobson. Tries to get the ball to Budden, but Willis is in there and gets a penalty. Flower to take the penalty, looking for halfway, finds halfway. What's halfway? Goes back, switches play. If he goes straight, he comes in again. But cut out by Burke. Burke gets his stick to there. Doug Truman with the ball, beats Burke. Burke comes back with the ball. A backstick motion there by Terry Burke to give a penalty away to Doug Truman. Tudors on the attack. Can they get in? Fawns takes a short hit to Truman. Truman trying to get into that circle to try and get that short corner. He's in there with the ball. Brings the ball back. Trying to take that long shot at Golds. Can't do it. The ball is sent straight through there. And a short corner to the Tudors. Tudors on the attack. They had 3 plays in there with a chance. Pritchard to take the hit. Hit by Steve Fawns. Far too wide and too high. Tudors are off the hook here. Workers are off the hook with Tudors desperately trying for that gold to clinch this premiership, their 5th straight premiership. Can they do it? Workman's option. Hit in. As they mainly do with the ball sent straight with the button. Down. Looking for Ambrose. Cut out by Flower. Cut Ambrose out, but look at Connors coming and chiming in. He's got Mann. Comes to Mann. Mann tries to beat one player. Mann tried to beat Flower. Flower fell over the ball. Obstructed. Dave Mann gets Workman's the short corner. Workman's now put Tudors under pressure. Topsy-turvy game. Ivan Connors to take this. To Terry Burke. Trap. Fails to trap the ball. But Tudors broke. A fair decision by the umpire. Tudors did break. And Workmen's get their second chance at the short corner. Players looking tired. There they go. Budden takes the ball to... Yes, it's a goal! David Mann! What a brilliant goal! He was there in the clear, unmarked. The players failed to get there. And David Mann in with a great goal. Workmen's lead, 2-1. Oh dear. Things aren't looking good for Tudors, the minor premiers. Dave Mann, a brilliant goal. Steve Fawns. This halfway, beats one player, goes to McNeely's, Tudors with the ball. Tudors desperately trying for that goal. To halfway, it's got his Robert Hamilton on the outside, trying to get to that ball. And a penalty against Robert Hamilton, a stick check. Well, 2-1, extra time. Workman's leading. Seen a great game. There's Ivan Connors with the ball. Sends the ball around, but off his foot there by the looks of things. A high ball in the air sent by Steve Fawns, and that's the end of the section. Well, that's half time there, or the extra time. Teams are just swapped straight over. Workman's looking good. As I said earlier, Ivan Connors was quietly confident of upsetting Tudors. And as Tudors were very quiet in the season. Tudors down 1-0. Players had enough. There's David Mann, the goal scorer, coming off. Replaced, as imagined by Scott Leckie. Ambrose to take the push back. Something gone wrong. The players off again. The start of the extra time. And Tudors to take the push in. Well, the Workmen supporters are confident of winning. Tudors have got 9.5 minutes to net another goal to even the scores or net 2 goals to take out the premiership. There's Warren Flower off the ball, looking for Robert Halfway. Cut out there by Hobson. Tudors take the hit in. He's got Barden, but doesn't pass back. Tries to get the ball out, but cut out there by Burke. Burke has all hell's trouble getting the ball. Tudors to take the push, the hit in. Robert Halfway. There's Doug Truman. A high ball sent in the air, but wasn't high enough and cut out by Terry Burke. Goes to Jim O'Shea. Jim O'Shea sends the ball straight across the field looking for Richard Willis, but fails to find him. And Richard Willis to take the hit in. Sends the ball straight across the goal. Halfway coming in. Cut out by Lecky. Lecky sends the ball down the line. Oh, look at the clash there. The clash of Jim O'Shea sweeping for that ball. And a penalty against Jim O'Shea. Jones looking for Ambrose. That goes to Lecky, and Lecky can't do anything with that. O'Shea, they take a high ball in the air looking for Pritchard. Pritchard coming down, tries to trap the ball, but it's off the feet of Budden. So Tudors take the penalty. Willis hits the ball. Cut out by Denby Budden. Denby Budden sends it straight down the line to Robert Hamilton, who fails to control the ball. What a game. Favourites are down 1-0. Budden sends the ball across. There's Terry Burke chiming in. Looking for play. Set up. Beats one player. Can't beat O'Shea, but an offside by Workmen's. Ball has to be taken back. Ball has to be taken back to where the offside. Long hit in search of Halfway. Can't get to Halfway to Steve Thorns and through Halfway, and a Halfway with something to say to one of the Workmen players there. Here we see Steve Thorns. The ball tries to send it down, but cut out by Ingham McNeil. He's looking for Mark Ambrose. Robert Hamilton gets it back into Tony Barden, who switches the ball, tries to switch the ball the other side. Here's Robert Halfway in the clear. Robert Halfway tries to beat Budden, but can't do so, and well taken by Jeff Budden. As the ball is trapped in, Tony Barden to take the 16. Connors, Burke with the ball. He's got Doug Trimmelpin, sends it back to McNeely. Penalty going against Workmen's. There's Doug Trim with the ball, looking for Robert Halfway. He's found Robert Halfway, but that's Barry Pritchard. He's found Pritchard. Halfway's chiming in, looking to beat him. Long corner. Hobson comes in with a save. That was Barry Pritchard, as Robert Halfway switches to the inside. Pritchard to take the long corner in search of players. Tudors on the attack, the ball's gone across. Short corner. A short corner, and O'Shea appeals against that. Tudors had their chance. Oh, this is exciting. They're down 1-0. Can they get up? This counts. Short corner of the century. Steve Thorns down to Jim O'Shea, sent through, cut out by his older brother. A great save. Let's Workman's off the hook. The ball sent down. And a penalty to go to Tudors. I think it's the umpire ruled destruction there by one of the Workmen's players. It's Warren Flower for Steve Thorns with the ball. Sends the ball straight through in search of Halfway. McNeely's, and there's Budden cutting the ball out and swinging the ball, switching the ball across the other side of the field. Well, I dare say Gary O'Shea in goal has played quite well. Mark O'Shea for Tudors takes the ball, finds Doug Truman. Doug Truman beats one player, tries to beat him. He's trying to get in the clear. He's in the clear. The shot at goal. Oh, well cut out by O'Shea. O'Shea, a top game. Truman had the chance. Good play to get in there. Oh, he's hard to beat, this O'Shea in goals today. Mark. Jim O'Shea with the ball, sends the ball out. Hit for Tudors. Pritchard off his foot, failed to trap that ball. Tudors are getting desperate. McNeely looks like he's hurt. I'd say all players will be feeling the heat and about feeling the pinch now. They're all tired. All about had enough. Tudors are running out of time. Just about out of time on my watch. But there's Steve Foynes pushed the ball through to Barry Pritchard, but he's offside. Ruled offside, and Workmen's are taking their time to bring the ball back. They know they can taste victory. I think Workmen's won third grade, I'm not quite sure on that. There's Jones to take the hit. Looking for Mark Ambrose to call for the ball, but failed to get to the ball. Tudors to take the hit in. O'Shea. O'Shea's going to send a high ball in the air, but no one's down there to get it, and well covered by Denby Button, who sends the ball straight out and under the blue net. Not long to go. Tudors on the attack. Can they net this one? Robert Hamilton takes a long hit, but a high hit off one of the worky sticks, and Tudors regain possession with a penalty hit. Oh, Hamilton. Hamilton misses the ball though, and there's Fraser on the run. Fraser on the run, sends the ball deeply down to the Tudors half, but well covered. Oh yes, covered by Tony Barton. Has to beat Ambrose. Does so, and the ball goes out by Tudors, so Workmen's get the possession of the ball with a hit in from the sideline. Denby Button to take the hit in. Looking for plays. He's found Burke. Can't do so. It comes off his feet. O'Shea. O'Shea looking for that quick ball, but Burke's cut out again. Burke on the run. He's got to get several players to beat. Looking for his winger, but he's not there. Workmen's have to hold out this ball. It's a chance, but cut out there by Button. Truman coming in. McNeely's hit the ball. McNeely's taking the run. Looking for several players, but gets a penalty. McNeely's on the ball. McNeely to take the hit. Looking for Ambrose. Scott Leakey coming straight across the field, but cut out there by Steve Foynes in the clear. But the ball sent too hard for Steve Foynes. Wasn't under control, and Demi Button he ends up the ball and sends it down the sideline. But the referee has ruled an offside ruling, and Tudors to bring the ball back to the 25-yard line. Jim O'Shea to take the hit. There's a high chop in the air. There's a... Oh! Close. If that was played on, that could have been a chance for Tudors. The Workies taking it easy out here at the moment. They're entitled to it. They lead 2-1. They lead by 1. All players look pretty well tied out here. As I said, Tudors was shooting for their 5th straight premiership win, but an upset that looks on the cards here now. Workmen's. McNeely-Burke combination. Ball sent up into the chest of David Halfway. Jim O'Shea takes the ball, looking for Doug Trimman. Held there by Doug Trimman, looking for Barry Pritchard. Can he find Barry Pritchard? Go Barry Pritchard! Barry Pritchard on the clear. Takes a shot, tries to get the shot in, but cut out. Can't do anything. Can't do anything there. Barry Pritchard appealed against that, but he gets a long corner. As a chance for Barry Pritchard. Ball sent by Barry Pritchard off the legs of several players there at the Workmen's side. Time's running out. Tudors here. Tudors on the attack with a short corner. Workmen's under pressure. Can they hold out Tudors? Time's running out. Workmen's. Workmen's. Look at his. Foynes with the goal, but held there by O'Shea. Jim O'Shea tried a goal, but couldn't get it in. It's over. Is that full time? No, it's not. Workman's taking it easy. Look at him. Referee's called time out. Could see Workmen's were filling around there, and there's Mark O'Shea, knowing that time's running out for the ball. Time is running out. Workmen's in front. Jim O'Shea takes the ball. But McNeely's on the run. McNeely's. Look at McNeely's go. He's got 3 players to beat. Through Tony Barton, but Tony Barton comes back with the ball. Sends the ball down to Draper halfway with the ball. Halfway with the ball. Halfway trying to pinch himself in the clear, but he can't do so. But he gets a penalty. There's Jim O'Shea send the ball out. There's Robert Halfway. Robert Halfway send the ball through. Here's player go. Robert Halfway's come through. Short corner. A short corner to Workmen's, but there's time out. Yes. There's the premiership win for 1981 to Workmen's. Yes, I must say, what an upset. But well down to the Workmen's side. And a very happy mob out there at the moment, but Tudors are gallant into defeat. Well, that's it for the 1981. Workmen's winning, running out eventual winners. 2-1. Goal scorers for Workmen's, Mark Ambrose, 1, and Dave Mann, a colossal gold. In extra time, Dave Mann scored 1 gold, which was in extra time, and for Tudors, Barry Pritchard scored their lone gold. A very happy mob out here at the moment. It's for the Workmen's side. The scores were locked together at full time, 1-1, and that eventuated into extra time. 10 minutes each way in extra time. In the first half of extra time, Dave Mann netted that fine gold and put Workmen's in front. And that's was the eventual score, 2-1. Workmen's defeating Tudors. For Workmen's, well, the goal scorers Mark Ambrose and Dave Mann, colossal gains with Workmen's back. Jeff Button, he played a fine game. And Gary O'Shea in goals for Workmen's played a colossal game, made some fine saves. And for Tudors, Barry Pritchard played well for the veteran Doug Truman, but also played well, and David Halfway. But a good win to the Workmen's side, and a very happy Tide mob down here. That's it for 1981. Workmen's winning 2-1. Thank you.